Howdy, McMicken Heights Church. Pastor Matt here, coming at you with the weekly update for April 27th. This Sunday, we're going to be in our sermon series in Mark in the second half of chapter 5, and we're going to be looking at the detour, the delay that Jesus is on with his mission to go to Jairus, the synagogue ruler's house, the delay that he encounters on his way. So that's what we're going to be looking at on Sunday. Following the service, it's a fifth Sunday, so we're having a potluck after the service. So come prepared on Sunday to be filled with the Spirit, to be filled with food, and to have fellowship with one another. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm excited about that. The last couple weeks have been crazy, to say the least. It's just been a super busy time. Ever since our return from the Pastors and Spouses Retreat, it's just... I wrote in the weekly update, I feel like stones have just been falling from the sky, aimed at crushing my soul. And it's just how it feels. And it sounds really dramatic. It does. It sounds really dramatic, I know, but it's just how it feels right now. And through all the craziness, I've just been convicted all the more of just the importance to stop and pray. Stop and pray about everything. We had the school district reach out to us this last week that they had a family in need of a family that had been kicked out of their house, that had been living in their car, and they were in need of a place to stay while they were in transition to move into some shelter housing for them. And so they reached out to us. And so, amidst the busyness of hey, the church, we were willing to put them up in a hotel for a couple of nights. We provided some food. They even came and took some, we gave them some clothes from the clothing bank, and they were so excited to, because it was a mom and her 4 young children. And, we were just busy. We were just, meeting these, physical needs. And I realized as I was running around taking care of all these logistics and all these things and just doing all these things that I hadn't yet prayed for this woman or her family. And I'm a pastor. It was just like a major gut check where it's like, you haven't prayed for this woman. You haven't prayed with this woman. Where the Lord is like, you need to stop and pray. So I just stop in my tracks and spend some time in prayer. And she's still on my heart and my mind now, and I'm praying for her continually. And I'd like to invite you to be praying for her continually as well, for provision for her and her family. She speaks Spanish. The kids speak English and Spanish, and she's expressed interest in coming and attending our church, even though I told her we speak English, we don't speak Spanish, and she's expressed an interest, and that's where I go, Lord, who knows what the seed is that's planted there. And so be praying for that family, and pray for that family this week. A lot of other prayer requests as well. Continue prayers for John and his family, with John's father passing away. I have some details there about his celebration of life coming up on May 6th. I don't have the exact time yet. We'll get that to you as soon as we can, but that's going to be at Crossroads Bible in Bellevue. Praying for John and his family. Prayers for Annette, it's one of our neighbors across the street from the church that we've gotten to know. Found out that her husband, Bob, passed away last Friday as well. And you might have seen Bob and Annette through the neighborhoods. He was in the wheelchair, and she'd be pushing him around. And because of his Parkinson's, he wasn't able to walk as well. So he passed away on Friday. So be praying for Annette and for her. Yeah, just right now, she's experiencing the pain of loss. We would be found faithful in loving her well. Prayers for Rebecca Rose. She's been in a lot of pain lately and just in and out of the hospital with a lot of things going on. So if you could be lifting her up in your prayers as well, it'd be greatly appreciated. Just for upcoming events this week, this Thursday, this coming night, we're canceling young adults because apparently there's a wedding coming up this weekend. And a lot of the young adults have been detained to help finish working on some last minute preparations and things. So we're going to be doing that. So, it's going to be a busy weekend for myself with wedding and all that stuff that I need to make sure the sermon is done appropriately in time because there won't be any last minute time this weekend. It's going to be busy. But yeah, and then just a potluck after church on Sunday. Looking forward to that and gathering together and sharing a meal with one another. So I think that's it as far as I have for the weekly update this week. Yep, I think that's all I have. Hopefully you guys are having a great week. God bless. I've been praying for you, and I look forward to seeing you all.